All right, we currently live. We currently live. Look, we're here again, once again with Mirror Conversation. I'm hoping that we get a packed show today, man. We got a couple people here. I'm Lamont. I'm one of your hosts. We have Tamika. We have Deontay, Dantion. I'm sorry, D, and we got my co-host Lionel. Uh, Gas, but yeah, we here again, and we got a
Man, you
good
almost
topic
act
today.
like you didn't know
Look, I
who
know
your
it's a beer
co-host
cat.
was, man. I'm starting to feel some type of way.
Nah, I don't feel no type of way, man. I super apologize, but
Welcome,
yeah,
welcome, welcome.
listen, Smoke sent me this morning. As soon as I pulled up in the garage, and I just felt that this was a topic that goes with what we going through this month. This is our men's mental health month, and I think a lot of us really want to talk about stuff like this because and when I say significant others, you can put whatever name you want to put on that, but we can talk about our kids, we can talk about our parents, we can talk about our friends, we can talk about so much when we say significant other. So that's why I think this was a big one for us today to even talk about or even go live with. So listen, I'm here and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about what I got going on. Why men feel misunderstood by significant others. Behind every strong man, we rarely show who we really are. We rarely show the world of us being upset, us being sad, us being silent, the unspoken moments and little things like that. How often we try to open up, but we feel unheard or judged, or even by our loved ones, they may think of us as a different way when we are trying to open up. That's why we need these conversations, and today that's why I wanted a lot of people to just go ahead and be on. Smoke, are you still on? I don't see Smoke, but Tamika, you can go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us why you here today and why did you come and join us on this topic today. Tamika?
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I'm just here hanging out with my little teenager. We're just bonding and spending some time, but didn't want to miss this very important topic: why men feel misunderstood by their significant others. Looking forward to hearing the conversation from a male perspective because I think a lot of times men feel understood because they don't communicate. They have these conversations going on in their head, and um, when the issue does arise, the woman may say to them, "Hey, well, you didn't say." They're like, "But I was thinking," right? So I'm here for it, and I think the men are often misunderstood because they end up having conversations with themselves, not including the other person that's being affected. So trying to test my theory today.
That's we cool with that. D, you want to go ahead and speak?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name's Dantion, uh, one of Lamont's friends. I like what Tamika had said. The reason why a lot of times we don't speak is because we're not being heard. And that's a major plus because, with that being said, after a while of not being heard, you just won't even talk anymore, especially to that particular person. Uh, and it's unfortunate we have to step outside to vent with other people that you may not even really know, but you see that they have a heart and compassion, to actually listen. Sometimes we just want to vent, and
Right.
we can't even get that. So it's kind of hard. And being with somebody that you lay next to every day, and it's always one way in, one way out. Um, And that right there just really kills the friendship of it all. The communication is so important.
I definitely agree with that. Chris, you want to go ahead and go? We pretty much just the topic is why do men feel misunderstood by their significant other? Whichever title you want to put on that, but yeah, just why you came, why you're present is here today.
Repeat that question. Why do men feel?
Misunderstood by their significant other.
Why do men feel misunderstood by their significant others? Probably because they were raised with the false ideology of, well, my grandfather did A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and grandpa didn't complain. But you don't know what happened behind closed doors with grandma and grandpa. All you see is the fact that grandpa got up and went to work, so they think that's how it should be. And most most women feel like, okay, because we are males and born of the male species, and at some point in life become men, that we shouldn't complain. We should have no complaints about anything, and we should suck it up and find a way.
I agree. I
And
agree.
that's not fair to us because we are human. We have emotions. We get frustrated. We get upset. Sometimes we get lost. We get set off track. Just many different life stressors
I agree.
outside the home and then inside the home.
I agree. Hey, Smoke Wife, you gonna go?
She got she
Dewana, can you hear me?
she got her mic muted. I mean, well, I'll go.
Oh, y'all was talking to me. I'm sorry. I had stepped out to get something to drink.
Oh yeah, we want you to go ahead and give your expression of why do men feel misunderstood by their significant other, and like why you're here, like why your present needs to be here today.
Okay, let Smoke go first. I'm gonna come back to that.
Come on, Smoke.
Well, what how I came up with this topic is because a lot of men, you know what I'm saying, they hide things from their significant others. You know, they don't necessarily feel their complete selves or their honest selves around their significant others. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's actually being talked about, like men not being understood. And my thing is too, like when it comes to us as men, I really think that we put too much man, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I mean it is what it is. We put too much into like our significant others. Like we think that we can't tell women certain things because they won't understand. And it's both of our fault. It's like when a woman present herself to you, she present herself to you in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So you can respect her, so you could, hold her of high regard. So when it comes to men confessing certain things, they like, oh man, I can't tell her that because she ain't gonna know what I'm going through. When really she is gonna know what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? The person who she presented, she had to do that. So you know what I'm saying? You could, in a sense, not fuck over her. You feel what I'm saying? Because if she came and told you, like, I like big booty women too, then you're gonna be on some other shit. So women have to present themselves a certain way to you so you can respect them. But they don't understand that the way they present themselves to us prevent us from being as open as we should be, which leads us to holding in a lot of things, which leads
So I don't
into
mean to
some
cut you off,
untruths.
Smoke.
Go ahead,
I
go ahead.
truly understood what you said on that, and I'm not trying to be funny about what you said, but
Right.
what you said is true. The way you present yourself, it puts up a barrier of us, the way we present ourselves to you. Like, see, man, I spoke. I don't even want to take over your conversation. Finish
All
up. I'm
right.
gonna get the
No, no, no.
conversation.
I mean, it's all
Cause,
good because I
cause
was
look,
I
this is
was
what I
telling Dewana
feel.
this earlier. The way
Look, this is
you
what
talk
I
to your
feel.
husband. Go ahead.
I think I'm a big goofball. You know what I'm saying? I think I just like to have fun. Don't get me wrong. I do handle business. I do know how to handle business, but I just like to have fun. And the things and the shit that's not in my control, I let that shit be now at this point in my life. But the old Lamont that was not aligned with myself, you know what I'm saying? The misunderstood Lamont was, oh, I need to go to work every day. I need to be this model person. I need to do all of this. But the goofball Lamont was being left behind. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't being my true, authentic self. So
Right.
now, since I'm in my situation now, currently, listen, everybody ain't got no choice no more. Ain't no more misunderstood. I gotta stop misunderstanding myself to present myself the way I want to be presented. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the goofball. I want to be the funny dude. I want to be all of that, but I also want people to understand the money ain't about that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So when you said the way they present themselves, like maybe the way I present myself now, nobody probably don't even want me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, Smoke, I truly get what you're saying. Like, it's all the way you put the cards on the table. Just like me and Chris was having a conversation. Like, Smoke, I told you I ain't mean to take it over, but me and Chris was having
Go
a
ahead.
conversation last night. Like, I ain't gonna say in detail, but he said it the best. Look, this is me. If you can't accept this, hey, that's on you. And I respect that. What you got to say, Deontay?
Oh no, I was just agreeing to you what you
Oh,
were
yeah.
saying
But
there
yeah, that's
because
just the way I am. Like, I agree. You can't accept me. Listen, bye.
yeah.
But you know what?
I mean,
I
happiness
want to
comes
chime
before
in.
anything.
Being presented a certain way is not a bad thing either, right? Especially, if you're presenting yourself an upstanding person, right? It's going to eliminate getting the jokers. Now, after that initial conversation, I can get to know you on a personal level and realize, okay, boom, when she's at work or she's in work mode or hustle mode, this is who she is.
Right.
Outside of that, man, she's a cool, down to earth person. We can have a real conversation. We could talk about A through Z, and we good. But and whatever she says, she stands on business and she stands on her word. Because at the end of the day, a person is only as good as their word.
I agree. I agree. But we got to get
So
back
I
to
mean,
Dewana. Come on, Dewana. We still ain't hear what you got to say. Dewana.
I don't know, Lamont. I don't know what she's doing, but I know she was cooking.
Okay. I got you. So, hey, look,
What
I
about
got
D?
one expectation and masculinity. Like, how do we feel about that? Anybody can take the floor on that. Anybody more than welcome to start on that before I go on my little thing.
I mean, just based on what Chris said, about you do want to present yourself a certain way, but we have to understand the person who we presenting is gonna lead to how people communicate with us. And all right, so it's like me, right? A lot of people, I notice, like I have worked in professional environments. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, I was a supervisor at one point. And people look at me with the glasses and the hat, and they just like, oh, he's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? And not knowing that, I really been in the streets, I'd have been in prison, I'd have been around some of the biggest finesses in the world. And so how I'm presenting myself, it does, it affects how they communicate with me. And so the way they communicate with me just lead me to having the upper hand because I know who I am and they don't. So the reason why I
But are you
said that
saying
is
all women? Are you saying
I'm not
all women?
saying I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying most women. Most women present themselves to you whether they trying to find a husband or whether they trying to find a boyfriend, right? They're not presenting themselves to you as a friend. Because think about a woman who you learn stuff from that's a friend based on a woman who you trying to get into a relationship with. When a woman your friend and you be like, hey man, I need your advice about something, she gonna be like, hey, you doing some weird ass shit. And like if you go to your wife and say, hey man, my homeboy, he had like a pound of weed he was trying to give me. I really don't want to take it. But Your wife might be like, why would we do that? We're trying to uplift the family. But your homegirl, if your homegirl who you knew for 20 years would say that, you'll be like, bitch, come on, man. You used to be out there. You used to move 4 or 5 DPs here and there, man. What the fuck you mean? So it is different. It's just like why women don't talk to us like they do talk to their best friends. That's a female. Like, have you ever heard your significant other talk to her best friend, who's a female? Now you're her significant other. Her best friend hold all the secrets. Why? Her best friend know all the skeletons. She know when to say, bitch, you bullshit. And sometimes us as significant others have to go to the best friend for clarification. And she might slip up and be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know why that bitch acting like that. She knows she used to steal back in the day. She ain't never tell you that. Because so now the thoughts that's running through our head depend on what type of woman she is. You can talk to her and she will be open and honest. Or she will keep up the presence of the girlfriend or the wife. Why you think niggas be mad like once they get cheated on and found out their wife was fucking jumping on dick in the backseat of a car? You ain't mad because she was fucking, really. You mad because this bitch never. She used to act like she was too good. She used to act like she was too good for the backseat of the car. Now look at this. What the fuck? Because she presented a different person to him. You feel like you feel what I'm
Smoke,
saying?
you wildin'. That was her past life. She's
Hey,
not
nah,
really
wasn't no
I'm not
past life.
saying
I
Nah,
I'm
there was no
contemplating.
past
no
life.
I
no.
was
What I
going to
said
go
was
here.
current. No, what
I
I
was
said was
going to go
current.
here.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I
No,
mean,
no, I don't want to
I
go.
mean,
I
y'all can
don't want
speak
to
on
talk
it.
right now because Smoke, you making all the sense in the world. You
That's
making
just
all
like
the sense in the world.
But
if a woman said,
I really think that men are misunderstood because it's differences in communication with women and men.
That's it.
I agree with that too.
That's the
And
main thing
certain
that
people,
kills it all.
and then when you in a relationship versus your friends and people you hang around, the expectations be different.
Listen,
Or it gets hit with the, babe, we need to talk. We don't need to do nothing.
That's the
That's
communication.
it.
See how that you see how that works.
Yeah,
So when you
yeah, no,
say that,
that's yeah, them 3 words we need, or them 4 words we need to talk. Oh yeah,
like for
I'm
instance,
already.
I'm gonna take me and Smoke for instance. When he grew up differently than I did. So certain things that he look at differently, I don't see it that way. And I'd be like, why you look at it that way? And it's sometimes be based off your upbringing too. So sometimes you're gonna be misunderstood.
All right, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I'm gonna tell you something. Um, and like she said, we grew up in a different way. So I ain't gonna lie, back in the days in Miami, like I was taught, and I have had girlfriends robbed at the gas station because they had their window down, their feet hanging out, they on the phone, they ain't paying attention. The nigga walk up to her like, "Hey, baby girl, open the door,
Wait,
put all
that's
your
a good.
stuff on the
I
floor."
don't mean to cut you off, but this is
Yes,
a
you do,
good
but go
example.
ahead.
No, this is a good example that he's telling because I was so confused when he used to tell me to roll my window up. I'm like, why? But go ahead.
Dog, we used to be at the gas station. She used to be like this, window down, on the phone, playing with the radio. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to be nervous. Like that shit used to give me anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be like, oh shit, hey man, you gotta
Cause you
tighten up,
knew.
man. We at the gas station. Like, and she really was like, oh, like my bad, because she seen how passionate I was about it, but I could tell like she ain't understand. Like I remember being in the service and my first daughter mom called me like, hey man, these niggas robbed us. We outside sitting in the car. And one of the girls tried to jump out the car. The nigga was like, hey man, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't make me, man. I will shoot the shit out of you, man. Y'all put all that shit on the hood of the car, type shit. So it's just things that we know from experience that women don't know. So that may lead to us being like misunderstood too. You know what I'm saying? Because like let's say I feel a certain way about people, like let's say you got a woman with a brother, and you might tell her, hey, look, I know that's your brother, and I know y'all are close, but like I gotta I got a complex with men, you know what I'm saying, just walking in my crib, in my refrigerator. I don't got no problem with him, but I don't know where his head at as a man that he slide through another man's crib like that.
Hey, I ain't going to your refrigerator no more, Smoke.
I mean, shit, I don't have no problem with it because I've been having niggas going in my refrigerator like my whole life. And my grandma was always the type of person that's finna cook for, you know what I'm saying, a squad anyway. So I don't have no problem with that. But I'm just saying, depending on how you present it, a woman may or may not understand. Like me, I grew up
Hey,
washing clothes, like cleaning the bathroom, taking out the trash. So it's been times where we had delegated the trash for the kids. And man, I don't feel like arguing
hey,
with three
here,
boys.
here
Hey, let me
go.
get this shit and dump it.
Here go my
Yeah.
reason. Men and women often speaks different emotional languages. That's my end of all of that, man. Like real
It's
talk.
true.
That
That's
we don't
true.
speak the same emotional stuff. Like
No,
I'm gonna
we
give it to
don't.
you, just what you were saying, Smoke. Like real talk. Like you know where I'm from. I'm from the streets of Miami. Like my thinking is different. Just because I was from down there, like, and it's not saying that a woman can't think that way, but I'm more in depth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you an example, Smoke. You know, younger days I did my life, I lived my life. So now I live a different way. You be so shocked that you misunderstand me when I say, oh, you can talk all that junk you want to talk, just don't put your hands on me. You also say, Smoke, nah, I ain't getting disrespected. But I'm so far along my life of people misunderstanding me that I don't even care anymore. Long as I can understand myself and I'm living my righteous life, I don't even care. I don't care because let me tell you why. The misunderstanding that people have for us on a day to day, like I don't want to even put nothing in my head to make people think that I don't understand myself. That's your problem because you don't understand me. You know what I'm saying? So I've been fighting so long for like the last 7, 8, 9 months, year, or whatever, of being in the misunderstood because of the way I said something, the way I raised my voice or something, the way I move. So now, guess what? I move in silence. I move the way I want to move, and I don't really care what you really think. It may sound selfish, but guess what? They wouldn't call it selfish if self wasn't on it first.
I mean, what you saying, I totally agree with. And I think, shit, that basically comes from men not being understood. You know what I'm saying? Like women, they carry a certain type of baggage. So I think when it comes to them understanding men, I think that they incorporate themselves, and I think that's something that us as human beings have to start doing. Like when you come to me and be like, man, I'm broke. I can't say shit, bro. You know everybody broke, but it's the real world. And I think that women do that. Like if they be like, oh baby, what's stressing you, man? I don't know, man. This bitch at work, man. I'm ready to crash out, man. I feel like she be giving me extra work. It's like sometimes instead of a woman saying, helping you come up with a solution, like, hey, be cool. Try to put in for some more jobs if that shit bother you. A woman might just dive off into her job. Well, you know what? That's not really nothing. Cause at my job, I feel woody woody woo. So now all your shit might have got pushed to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I want to practice is that when somebody come to me with a problem, and I don't know if the world gonna be ready for me to be on this level. Before somebody come to me with a problem, whether it's my kids, whether it's my friends, whether it's my significant other, I'm about to say, hold on, let's pray. Because sometimes you only got one chance to respond. Sometimes you can't double back and be like, hey, I ain't really mean it like that. And like
Facts.
Dewana said, how I grew up and how I was raised, it's just not always like people don't always accept it like how it should be. Once people meet my dad, they give me like a little leeway because they like, so you knew this nigga your whole life. Now they be kind of like, okay, okay, all right, well, Smoke, you want to kind of say that again, bro? Because I don't really know if you hear what you said. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, people, I really don't feel understood a lot because things that bother me, it don't really bother people. And I might go to sleep with that shit on my heart, boy. I gotta touch somebody.
I see. I agree with you. I understand that, man. But I don't know. I'm just not there. Like let see. We too much testosterone right now. Let one of these women speak. Tamika D. Uh, do any one of y'all got something to say? Yeah. All right, Deontay.
Yeah,
Come on. Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, the way I see it with, you know, what I catch a lot is, when I hear people and they talk, about their issues or relationships or how they going. I notice something that we tend to want to skip the friendship, and we jump right into in the relationship or the marriage or whatever we trying to get forward.
Boom.
And that's one of the main things that you really can't do. It's kind of like trying to, like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and take this exam," knowing that I haven't studied or
Mm.
I haven't read over the notes or the chapter or
Mm.
anything. I'm just gonna go right in and just take the exam. You know nothing about what's on the exam or anything.
That's bomb. That's
It's
bomb right there,
it's
dog.
it's just like, being with people. You got to learn to get to know them, because and then we jump in these relationships and we call, hey, it's solid, we together, and you really don't know the inner self of that person that you like. You like them. You like having fun with them. You might like having sex with them, which is the main reason why a lot of us, jump into these
Mm.
situations.
Talk
But
about it.
you never know the inner self of that person that you're with, like when they get angry, when they can't have their way.
Mm.
Um, it's just a few other things, and then they flip out on you, and you didn't realize that you just met a fucking demon, and they going way beyond the measures of what you would do, to the point where it's scary. And then you like, what have I met? And to jump back to the communication deal, is because I don't think that it's a lot of times where women don't understand. I think it's because they don't want to understand. So, there's a big difference there, and just to give a little bit of clarity on it, like Smoke said earlier, about um, hey, roll your windows up and don't be hanging out. I get that in some situation with women. Some women just kind of like want to understand, why are you telling me that? Now, if he had added to it, hey, they be out here robbing people or whatnot, so I don't want you doing this. And then, it sends a different message
Right.
to the other person versus just telling them, hey, don't do this, because we as adults, we are just as advanced as kids. Kids do it as well. When you say don't do that, they in their mind, they want to ask you, but they know they're in a child's place. But why did you tell me that? And it's normal for a human being to know. It's because, hey, I don't want you to do this, or I don't want you to get hurt. You could fall and do this. And then everything clicks to them why they didn't want you to do it. And it also sends a message to them that you care. So, you gotta
I
you
agree with
gotta be a
that.
little bit more communicative about certain people, because we all receive things differently. What somebody else might catch on in a two-word message, the other person may not. Not saying that, the other person is slow or not. Like, we retain information differently. And so, the communication just doesn't really go like it should, for the opposing party to fully understand where you're coming from. You can't be short with everybody. Some people not from the street, so they don't get these little short code word messages that you
Right. Right.
putting out here. Some people you gotta go the long way with. That's why, when you teach and they like, hey, your kids coming into this class, all these kids are not on the same level in this class. That's why they do like
Mm.
entrance tests, just to see where you are. This person over here is on fifth grade reading level. This person over here is on third grade reading level. Is not their fault, or no judgment against anyone. It's just, hey, I'm trying to get you where you need to be. But you can't assume everybody is gonna, understand where you coming from if you're not really putting it out there to them. Um, but it can also go a different way, as well, because when you're in a man and a woman relationship, I can't speak from a woman's perspective, but from a man, I see it as, hey, if I'm talking to you, and like Smoke said earlier, sometimes you only get one time to really speak on it. So, hey, you got to think about it because, it can really kill the whole relationship. However, us as men, like once we've been in a situation where we've been overly judged too many times, or we know you're not going to listen, when we do really have a problem, we tend to go to someone else when we felt like we should have been able to come to you as an spouse because not only you going to judge us, but you're going to shut us out. We just want to be heard. And that's why a lot of times we're misunderstood because we'll stop talking to your ass for good. You know, with a lot of situations, that's just us as men. Like, I don't mind sharing it to somebody else, but I ain't gonna never tell you shit again. Or especially if you sitting around here and you gossiping and with your friends who have no business being in with our relationship in the first place. All of that kills a lot of stuff with us men. We very sensitive when it comes to stuff like that. We don't need our business being put out there with everybody else, and you shouldn't be judging your partner. That's what y'all got together for, to support each other. I get that you might be an asshole with everybody else out here in the streets, but when it comes to the person that you love and you're supposed to support, there should be no judgment there. And the communication should always go well before y'all go to sleep at night, and we tend to not do that. And I'm just not saying like women in general, but most of the time it's like that. They want to be heard, but they don't want to listen. And it goes both ways, and that's usually why a lot of relationships fail nowadays. Just, hey, keep it real and throw everything on the table about what you want, what you into, because you never know what the other party is into. Like Smoke said, about getting it in the back seat. You never know what I'm up to, so don't hide that shit, because they might make our relationship thrive even more. Some of us like adventurous type shit.
see,
It's like, I ain't never
see, and
know
what
that
I
you was
think,
like that, and you
right?
one of a kind, baby. We gonna have fun. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Damn
trying
So
to
right,
tell
it's
you.
not basic and boring. Like, it make the relationship exciting, not the old basic boring thing that grandma and grandpa do all the time, wait the kids to go to sleep and we got a hunch. Hey, let's go get out here and get it. We on the rodeo, we right here by ourselves. Let's get it in, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, but all of that still draws back to communication.
right.
We have to put more effort into our relationship instead of making effort to make time to tell other people about our relationship. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where a lot of things fail, you know. And then you have the other party that know all y'all information and know everything about you, and you wondering how they took your man because you sharing all the goodies about him, and now you here alone, and it's a lot of total chaos, that I have seen out here in this world. You're more opposed to telling people that you don't even lay with, you don't share finances with, but when I walk in the door, you ain't got shit to say to me. And so it's
Right.
all about that friendship building before you even say I do or even propose, and that'll tell you right there if that's the type of person you need to be here for. But I get that people change over the years and they switch up on your ass. But and until that time, you just ride it until then. Um, but
See, but in a way too, I don't think that women never necessarily say like I understand you. Like when it be like when men be stressed and going through things because what women don't understand. And now that I'm saying this, I don't think that I don't think that I've ever said this out loud. Like a man, right? He has the pressure, right, of dealing with his his portion of the bills or what he has to do as far as being a man and a husband and a father, right? So he has that pressure. He might have a nigga who been talking shit about him. So really in the back of his mind, he like, damn, I might have to slap this nigga or something when I see him. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people don't know that, but
True.
I'm speaking about my life that I could see the pressures of women not having. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, this nigga had asked me for some bread. I told the nigga, hell nah. Or a nigga might owe me some money. I don't know if I gotta shoot the nigga to get it back. Now I go home and it's like, oh well, you need to get your son to do this, and then oh well, why you don't treat the other one like this? Or now you gotta hear that, and then you know what I'm saying, you gotta go to work. Then your mama might call you, nigga. You told me you gonna do some shit 2 fucking weeks ago. Now you got that going on. And if you got outside kids, shit, you might have a motherfucking call from one of their ass. And so it is things that men go through, and women never be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I understand. Like, I'm your partner. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like what what is it? What's his name? Dion, say it again.
Dantian.
Dantian.
Dantion. It's just like he said, we have to open the communication because women, they like to say, "Oh, I put the ball in your court." And I ain't gonna lie,
Mm.
you have women that have been around the world 4 times. I don't know what to ask you about Italy if I've never been there. I have the
Mm.
slightest idea. Like, if you used to fucking jump out of airplanes, I did you have a parachute? I don't know. Some stories you can't expect me to like hit on the head. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it gets into the sexual realm, like if like women be expecting you to be like, okay, so do you like this? No, man. Won't it be easier if you tell me what you like? Then I have to prepare a million questions or try a million things, and you just like, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. So it's like too, like we have to open because a man, I mean, it's pretty easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? This right here, that's the spot. That's what's gonna get us to where we
Right.
need to go. But women, they got all type of it's all type of intricate things working within their body, within their emotions, and sometimes they be expecting us to guess it.
Hey,
Or
hey, Smoke,
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
with you on that. Tamika, go ahead and speak. I want to hear what you got to say of the last three things that we just spoke about.
All right, so that was a mouthful. A couple things I agree. Danciana, I agree that, and it is biblical in nature that when there is an issue, that we should talk about it, especially before we go to bed, right? So that way we can start the day anew. I also think that men have these unrealistic expectations of themselves sometimes, and so they're not comfortable sharing with their partners. I know I've been in relationships before where I've said, "Hey, what's the issue? What are you stressed about? Tell me the issue. Allow me to help you." You don't know if I'm in a position to help you or not. Um, but I feel like men have this expectation. I don't know if it's societal in nature or if it's something ingrained in their DNA, like, I got to figure it out. I'm the man. I'm supposed to figure it out on my own. When a lot of times they don't realize that God gave them a helpmate, a woman. And even though I may not have the physical strength, I may have a better idea to help resolve your issue than you do, but I don't even know about the issue because you sitting over there losing sleep trying to figure it out on your own versus saying, "Hey, babe, this is an issue that I have." And I'm like, "Well, have you thought about XYZ?" So I think part of it is the fact that men don't, again, goes back to my original theory of the importance of communication. They don't communicate. Um, you are entirely a different person. I saw something on social media the other day that says, why do we try to create the perfect person in a partner? And we shouldn't,
Oh,
right?
I seen
So
that too.
you saw
I
that, right?
seen
It's
I
like,
s- I
hey,
seen that
I might
too.
have a friend that likes to go out and take a walk in the park. When I want to go take a walk in the park, I call that friend. I may have a friend that likes to go out and try new restaurants. When I want to go out to try a new restaurant, I call that friend. When I want to
Mm-hmm.
Netflix and chill, I call another person. When I want to go out dancing or somebody to go to church with, I call a different person. But we expect our partners to be this ideal person.
Mm-hmm.
And so we feel disappointment when they don't meet all those expectations. But again, it goes back to communicating, maintaining your own identity, filling your own voids, right? So that you don't misunderstand. It's like, does my partner not love me because they don't want to go take a walk up Stone Mountain? They don't like the hike. I like to get up and go, right? So I think, and I'm saying it with my whole chest today. The problem is communication or the lack thereof. That's what it
So
all
what you're
boils back
saying,
down
you're
to.
saying lack of communication is a major problem. Which
Absolutely.
which I agree. I definitely agree with it. Like don't get it
And I
messed up.
forgot one thing, but
And what's
Go
that one
ahead.
thing?
so on that communication, I something clicked that came to me a little bit more too. I also, I'm not saying that some people they just don't know how to communicate. I think like with their other half, sometimes we could be a little bit too overly aggressive sometimes, how we talk, how we present ourselves. So the opposing party is not always comfortable with talking to us because, you know, we are different as a human being. You might talk like Mr. Nice Guy. Me, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You know, whether you like it or not, it's still gonna be something for good for your own benefit. Um, but sometimes people are just not always comfortable with how we talk and present ourselves, and there's nothing that we could really do to control that. If you get what
Yes,
I'm
you can. I
saying, like
disagree. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that's
right,
something that
right,
personally I'm
Hey,
working on.
hey, I'm
and that's
this
what
what
I
I
was
feel
saying.
about
Like
the whole thing.
it's more so your tone sometimes
Yeah.
that could draw another person away. And I know I'm raised by my grandparents mostly, so I know my granddad, he was real cool, laid back type guy. But my grandma, she didn't bite her tongue. She taught plenty of shit, but it was real shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I know sometimes, it could be a delivery of how you speak on things where folks are intimidated, where they like, I don't know if I'm ready for that verbal. I wouldn't call it abuse in a sense because it's real stuff. It's not like, hey, I'm belittling you or anything. It's just, um, this is how some people present themselves or how they talk, rather when they're into it and they want you to get the message. The tone might be totally different and you might perceive it as them being mad or angry about it, but it's like, no, I want you to get this so we don't have to keep talking about this again and again and again. um, but then you have other people that want, like you're in a nursery or something, like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. We should do this. And
Yeah, you got people
maybe,
out there, but
and they
like with
want you to
me,
sweet talk them, but you may not be getting the point if you go that route. So I need you to get it and understand what I'm saying, and that's why everybody presentation is different. I know my tone could be a lot intimidating, and that's why I don't really talk a lot unless I'm comfortable with you and you really know me, and then you'll understand, hey, that's just him. It's no hard feelings. um if do you want the information or not?
but
So
it still goes back to with me. Like I need a safe space. Like I put up on the banner, I need a safe space to open up without judgment.
right.
Like it's some people in my life that allows that, but it's like if you want me to be the best version of myself, which I give it to like pretty much everybody on this platform today, uh, like make me feel safe. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
I
Like
think it goes both ways because women be wanting safe places too. But it's a thing where men shut down at times, and when a woman
because we ain't
senses,
got that safe space.
yeah, but if I'm coming to you and I see something wrong, because most women we can sense when something is wrong or something's bothering their significant other, and they be like, "Hey, babe, what's going on? What's on your mind?" Oh, nothing. and then you saying you being misunderstood, but you ain't really
You
Hey,
just might have
communicating
to
what's
drain
going
it
hey,
because
on. You're
that
not really telling
that
me
hey,
what's
fish
the
guess what? How
problem.
that
about
shit
if
just
I
be
tell you
slimy. But
this?
it's good though.
But
You finish.
sometimes it's because they already
Go.
know that you not only you're gonna judge them, but they've already tried this with you once before.
Yeah,
So
like a
they
different
don't want to talk
delivery.
to you no more about their problems. You know, we'll go find us another friend and we're not even cheating with or anything. Somebody just to vent with because we know we can't be heard by you. Are you
But
gonna
I
judge
think that
us or are you
also
gonna
opens
tell
up the
somebody
door,
else? So
Dantian, but I also think that opens up the door for holes in your relationship. If you are committed to living this life with someone and they cannot speak to you, or you're not willing to because in a previous conversation you got your toes stepped on or you got your feelings hurt,
Why not say
eventually you're going
that?
to start confiding in someone else.
Right,
And that's
exactly.
how men end up in relationships. You know what I'm saying? When
Exactly.
another woman gets emotionally attached to you, that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Exactly. And that's why I say it goes back to what you said, Tamika. It all comes with communication. If I stepped on your toes or you felt some type of way, tell me that. Don't just shut
Tell me.
down and don't
Yeah.
speak about it and say, oh, it's because I couldn't talk to you. Well, why you couldn't talk to me? What did I do that, made you feel unsafe to speak to me? Tell me those things so you know. Don't move on to the next person and confide into the next person like you said, because it creates a problem. Now you done invited somebody in that may become, like you said, emotionally attached to you.
see, as men, like where we come from, we don't. Let me say, we not going to keep going back and forth with doing a lot of talking because a lot of things we do is like through our actions. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm not speaking on you women in general, but we know how this goes out here in this world. You have some women out here that are just cray cray. You got some men out here that are cray cray, overprotective of a woman. But you know, I'm gonna throw this out here for example. You have that woman that just keep nagging and nagging and nagging, and you come home from work today. You had a long day at work. It wasn't a bad day. You just already had your mindset, hey, when I get home, I want to go down in the man cave and chill. Like, give me an hour or two to, mellow my mind right. Let me have a few beers, and then I'll come back up and join the family. And it be that one woman that come downstairs and want to interrupt you on your time, your quiet time. And there's nothing wrong, but they just nagging and bothering you when you've already told them, "Hey, I just want to chill." And
And that
that
one
can,
woman was probably home all day with the kids, tired, made the food, washed the laundry, worried about the
Tamika, tell them,
bills, doing
girl.
all of that, and you want to just come in and go
but
in
you
your
can't
man
be
cave. That's
worried
not
about
how
the
the
bill.
world.
We don't get no quiet
But
time,
you
huh,
just came
Tamika?
home.
Right.
You just came home from work.
See,
I'm
see,
just saying
I ain't
there's
gonna lie.
nothing
That
wrong with the
response right
bill.
there, that response right there. Guess what?
See
Yup.
that's
That
what I'm
Not my
ain't
safe
that
saying.
ain't proper
space.
communication, man. That ain't proper
Yeah,
communication. You
that's
just
why
proved the
we
So
point
let
just
me
right
want
ask
to
there.
you a
talk.
question. So when we come home, now you got two, a man and a woman, they
Oh my
together
God.
and they working,
Uh,
both of them going to work, and then you got to deal with you got to deal with the kids. Why? And you want to go down to the man cave, and I got all five of these children up here, and I got to cook dinner, and you talk about you need some me
They
time.
ain't said they was
Holy
gonna
shit!
be. They ain't said they was gonna be in the man cave all day. They
You
just
think we
wanted to
don't
go
want to
down
kick
for an
our shoes
hour,
off and
have a
relax? We
have
got
a
to do
beer,
homework.
and then come back up. See, you ain't hear what I
Tamika,
said
help me out
earlier.
with this one, girl.
Listen, let me tell y'all
Hey,
something.
this
So
is
let,
what
let me
Tam
talk about
say.
this. This is real talk. And I'm a career oriented woman. If you want to go in your man cave for 2 hours because you've had a long day at work, then make sure that all my needs as a woman are met and that my
Hello.
primary responsibility is the home. But if I'm also working outside the home, this you going in your man cave is really going to piss me off
Tell them again.
hold on, hold
because
on, hold
I've had
on.
to go to
But
work.
what's the difference
I've
if
had to
nothing
come
is?
home and
I'm
so
speaking of
the
nothing that's going on in
expectation,
the house. The kids are
Dantia,
outside playing.
hold on. The expectation on women is unrealistic. We
I
carry the burden of the family.
hold on,
Guess what? A
Tamika.
lot of times, the only time that we get is literally on the toilet. Because I remember being a
Hello,
kid and my mama go in
and
the
we barely
bathroom and
get
say, "That's
that,
my quiet time." That's
and we
5 minutes.
get
And they
that.
knocking at the door. You
They
got
at the
pets,
door.
they
They
scratching
coming
at the
in.
door.
I'm with you, Tam. I
Hey,
hate
but
that.
we
I hate
said
that word. I hate
so.
that nagging word because they always say we nagging
It's not
instead
nagging
of just saying that we're expressing ourselves. They always call it nagging. But if we say
when
they're
it's not what they
nagging
want to
because they're
hear.
expressing themselves, it's a problem. But they
Okay,
always
okay.
look at
Now
women
We
as
we never
naggers,
get the
and that's not what
opportunity
we
to
we've
are.
nag.
We're just
heard, we've
expressing how
heard,
we
we've heard
feel.
both of y'all. We've heard both of y'all. I have to interject here.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
just cut
I'm
me off.
next.
I don't know what life. I don't know what life everyone is living. You know what I'm saying? But Tamika, and I'm sorry. Well, I'ma just direct it to everybody. We act like women don't get quiet time. I don't
What?
know. I don't know what part of the scenario that y'all picked, or I don't know like what household y'all living in. But I don't know the woman that y'all speak of that
Me neither.
that
Me,
necessarily home with the kids all day, cooking,
Nah.
cleaning, doing laundry, and when the man get home, he just like on some shit like, oh man, shit, boy, I need a little time to myself. Realistically, the men I know, the women I know, I'm gonna give you two scenarios. You got both who work, right? Whoever get off early, they pick the kids up. They they go grab the food. Now I don't know what kind of women everyone is specifically, but it's certain shit that the man is already expected to do, whether it's clean the bathroom, whether it's take the trash out, whether it's cut the grass, or whatever that is. So we already knocking that off the women's list. And I have had a newborn child before, and I changed shitty diapers. I washed dishes. I've taken out trash. I cleaned from behind the nasty ass toilet. I've swept up under the bed, moved the bed and the dresser to get all the fucking trash out. So I don't know what life that you two women are talking about, where you just stay home all day, ain't take a nap, because kids got school. I wish I could be a housewife. If somebody want me,
But we never said we were talking
man,
about
if I was home
housewives.
all day with the kids, if I was home all day with the kids, and you came home from work, I'm gonna shoes.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him. And I'm with Smoke. I'm gonna finish it off with Smoke until my guy comes back.
Don't do it,
So
Lamont.
so hold up. So if I'm out there, right, and I'm working, I'm bringing home the bacon, I'm doing everything that I need to do, and I'm the ideal husband that we talk about, right? So and you at home and all you, I'm not gonna, let me say this the right way. Let's say you being the housewife, right? The housewife consists of a lot. They got a trend going on TikTok right now with the lady come in, the husband come in the house and and she just offer him. She put a piece of tape over her mouth and she offer him. But that's not what I want. But if I'm out there working and all you got to do is take care of the house, I expect you to take care of the house. And taking care of the house is taking care of the kids, having dinner cooked. The house shouldn't be a mess. Now, don't get me wrong. Your time should get there because when I get there, and if you're a dad like me or a dad that I'm trying to be now, I'm gonna take the kids. I want to chill with the kids now. Let me chill with the kids. So guess what? All the other stuff should have been done, clean, dishes, cooked, and all of that. Guess what? You can make me a plate and leave it on the table. And I'm cool with that. But all of this talk about my me time, my man cave, and all of that. I get all of that shit. But I think everything, like, this goes back to the 50-50 thing. We're so stuck in 50-50 or 80-20 or whatever it is. That's why I say take it back to us not putting titles on nothing and going with the flow of life of living in the now, living right now. This is what it is. I'll be damned if I'm sitting home all day and you've been out working and I ain't got no food, I ain't got nothing. Yeah, it's been like that, but I'm the type like, let's go buy something. Let's go order something. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you've been out there all day, but then you also got them women out there that is just in them. They can be out there working all day, but they still gonna bring you food home. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back to once again what we talked about in the beginning of the podcast. It's the way you present yourself.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. Like nobody been at home watching some kids all day, cleaning up all day, ain't had a break. It's like, yeah, the kids done come home from school, the house is already clean. You been here chilling all day. I had to work. So yeah, when I get home, I just want to have a few beers downstairs in the basement in the man cave. And then I come back up and join y'all with the family. You know, we all have dinner together. Hey, you got something you want me to do? Cool. We go on, we watch a movie. But the ladies in here, they jump so ahead of conclusion. I've been changing pampers. I've been doing all this, and I wasn't presenting it that from that type of perspective. Also, although I know there are some toxic families out there that operate like that, but that goes back to the communication and the compromising that the couples have established for one another. But all households don't flow like that, and it's gonna run into a disaster at some point if that's how your household is operating. It backtracks way to the communication of understanding what our roles are, what we're gonna be doing, and hey, when you come home, you're gonna help me do this. But when you came straight home from work, I'm not. When you walk in the door, I wouldn't be asking you to do anything but have a seat.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
it.
much.
Sometimes we run our partners like crazy. And that's why we take the long route home so that we have more time before we finally get to your ass. Because sometimes you walk in the door and it's like, oh yeah, I've been waiting on you all day, and we ain't did this and that. But I've already brought the money in here. You got the cards, you know. Y'all couldn't hop in the store and go with the kids or whatnot, or go to the store. The kids just, you know. I'm just speaking on this perspective that you have some women out here that they are just not good unless they have something to complain or bitch about. I'm not speaking on all the women in general that are mentally stable, but I'm talking about the ones that are unstable and they're not happy with themselves. It's like there's nothing that you can do to make them happy. Like they're always going to complain about something. And
Why do
this
y'all
is
feel
But
like women always complain and y'all
I'm
call us
not saying
nagging?
all women complain, but there's some toxic women out here that complain. Just like there's
yeah,
some
and
unstable
you're also
men
talking
out.
about the 1% of women. As a black woman, most of us aren't stay-at-home wives. That is just not a huge thing
No,
in the
they used
minority
to be like
community.
that back in the day. Now
Okay,
you
well,
got
we
a
not
lot of
back. We in
women that can't even
2025.
cook.
Right. We in
So,
2025, and that is not the struggle. And if you've seen Tyler Perry's Straw, and if you can relate to life as a black woman, right? Think about it. They have destroyed the basis of the black family. They have demasculated our men, right? Half of them, are incarcerated. They are not the providers that our grandfathers used to be. So women, and I'm
right,
speaking on black women, have had to bear the burden. So communication for
I
me,
agree.
when I think about why men feel misunderstood, and you constantly use the word nagging, which is quite triggering for me, if you can tell from my tone, right? Is that y'all are big boys, big babies sometimes, right? Because if it's not what you want to hear,
Oh,
when you want to hear it, and
oh,
how you want to hear it, it's perceived as nagging. When what I'm saying may be factual, and this may be something that needs to be said right now, because in honesty, if you feel like your partner is nagging, maybe that's not your partner,
facts,
or maybe you're not
right,
being the man that she needs you to
and
be. So
facts.
you
that's what
perceive it
I
as
was
Hello.
nagging.
saying.
And so
Hello,
then you go to your
somebody.
homegirl to go complain about everything. Well, go date your homegirl. And Dee said it earlier, it's about the expectations. If I'm your partner, these are my expectations of you, and these should be your expectations of me.
Yep.
Right. So if the expectation is we're going to be in this together, then when there's trouble, you're not running over to your little homegirl to tell all the business.
Facts.
And when y'all don't get your way, then all of a sudden it's nagging. No, it's nagging because you don't want to hear it because truth hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well, what I call nagging is complaining, and me as a man, I'm not hard to please at all. So,
I
um,
don't think most men are.
so with that being said, I don't know what you're talking about when you're saying like we can't have our way, because sometimes all we want to do is chill or just have a break or quiet time.
Like that be
We
my
usually
thing.
are not the ones that are raising hell. And I'm not gonna say nagging anymore since it irritates you, but it's like complaining to me. That's what I
Thank you,
Yeah,
call it.
Dantian.
I don't
Complaining
know no
about
man. I don't know
unnecessary
no man who's getting
things.
his way. That's why I
Yeah,
think
I
men
don't know
men
no
is
Get
man
their
that
way.
gets
What
their
misunderstood.
make
way
you
with
think that
any
men don't get
woman
their
either.
way?
I mean,
What
I
man
said
y'all know
me.
getting
I
their way
don't
with a
know
woman?
any man that gets his way that does what he want to do. He has found happiness in doing shit that he does not like. I don't know. I don't know these men that y'all speak of.
Me
I don't
either.
know one woman in 2025 can have a newborn baby. The man, and let's say she did stay home all day. The man walk in from work and she don't hand this nigga the baby. Like I don't know what I don't understand this world at all.
Me either.
I don't know what world that y'all speak of. I have had newborn kids. I have had teenage kids. Like I don't know what world that y'all speak of. I get pictures of my homeboys with their newborn babies all the time, changing pampers, on the grill, scrubbing the tub, cleaning the gutters out the roof. Oh, where your girl at? Oh yeah, man, she went with her sister somewhere, dog. I don't know. Left me with all these damn kids. What world are y'all speaking on? I'm sorry, I'm not mad. I'm
Right.
just emotional. But
Like
honestly,
it
I
sounds
don't
like
know
from
what
their
world y'all speaking in.
experiences.
Y'all in
Hey,
the
hey,
Tyler Perry movie. Now,
Yeah.
hey,
y'all the
smoke,
ones in the
smoke.
Tyler
So,
Perry movie.
hey,
Cause these ain't the
we
experiences we
got
going
somebody
through.
else. We got a new mind. We got a new
Oh
version. We
yeah,
want
that's
to
my
see.
homeboy, Pat, man, close
Yeah.
friend, man, like brothers, man.
Hey, we want to see what you got to say. I see you was
Um,
there, and I'm
Oh
happy that
shit,
you
hold
showed
on, it's
up.
gonna be a hell of a ride.
uh, can can you hear me?
We can
Oh
hear
yeah,
you
we
a little
can.
bit.
Okay. The point is that
We need you to
I
speak
agree
up a
with
little bit.
I agree with certain thing what a woman say, but if you go through the government and you get Section 8, you get food stamps, and you get all this, and you know what this man was about when you met him, but you put him in the system. And when you put him in the system, you give yourself as being, I'm the mother of the year. So do me a favor. If you feel like that father is capable of taking care of that child, taking care of that child. But when we do everything, you don't want to give that child away because you want to be that nurturer. You want to be that person that always dog that man out and say, I do this, I do that. But when that black man say, you know what, I can take care of that child. I can take care. I can do this. Would y'all give us the child?
Hey, that's a good question, and like I'm gonna speak on it before I even let anybody else speak on it. Me personally, and like this is the way I feel because my mother raised me, and
Of
like
course.
I don't think the child should be the child should be taken from a mother because I think it's a difference. Now, if the mother's unfit and the mother's not doing what she needs to do as a mother, no, I don't think the child should
But
be.
hold on, cause I ask you a question. So a father is unfit. So if
No,
we
I,
have,
ne-
no, no,
I
no,
never.
no, 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 no. This is what I'm saying. A father unfit. So I was raised by my mother. I agree, and I see what my mom went through, and I ain't have no father. But what I'm saying is, so you won't take this different. If a man willing to take care of his child, willing to take all the weight off you so you can stop complaining. So answer this question. If I walk in a door and I give you child support, I give you child support. Say I gave you 2,000 a month for child support. But when I get my child, I'm still under the bracket of the government and how you feel about the situation. Meaning as if I want to get my daughter hair done, you don't want no woman to touch her hair. If I want to go buy this,
That
you don't
shit.
want this. You don't want that. You don't want this. You don't want that. If I tell you as a man, we going to court and we fighting and I'm looking at the judge and they telling me to prove that I take care of my child. But when I do take care of my child, it's a gift. But when she take care of our child, she's doing a mothering job.
Okay, so to what Pat's saying, right? It's kind of all falling into the same thing, even though my dog kind of ran it a little bit.
Yeah, he ran it, but
But
I understood what he
but
said.
if we think
Mm-hmm.
about it, right, for women, for women, right, women who say, a man not doing this or a man not doing that or a man not doing that, the minute the man says, well, let me get the child. Oh hell no, I ain't giving you my baby.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But now we have to listen to you being stressed out though. I'm stressed out. This nigga want a man cave and all this. But the minute the nigga say, hey, you know what? Just gonna take you a week vacation. Oh, what I supposed to do for a week without the kids? Or the minute if y'all decide to separate, if the nigga be like, hey, you know what? That's cool, man. Shit, just give me the kid, bro. Oh hell nah, nigga. You don't bumped your
Hey,
head.
hey, but look, it's not
It
even
don't be
always
about
like
the
that.
child. They
Listen,
be mad because y'all ain't together no more.
listen.
But the problem is the women's are dispersed. But understand the knowledge what we saying. When you come up here and you say what you do, we are the security. We have to get when we get our check, you can say we make so much. No, we don't. And when you do what you do, and you be like, oh, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. But the mindset is when my kids come around, they don't do what you say they do. But we adapt to that. You have to tell, oh, my daughter, oh, she can't do this, she can't eat that. And we be looking at them, oh, your son can't. And you be looking at them like, maybe it's you. It's not us. That's all I'm saying.
My
Now, go ahead. I need a where the women's
children
at? They
children
left.
adapt. The same way that a child behaves with mom is not the same way that they behave with dad. Um, D, I feel like we've been ganged upon today, but let me ask
No,
this.
No.
Girl, I've been felt like that.
Let me
why?
ask
They are
this,
never
Listen,
because
gonna
I'm
see.
here for all of it. I'm here
Okay.
for
Yeah,
all
they
of
never
it.
gonna see it
listen.
take
I
care
was
of
even
me.
trying to get Tam Chapman to engage because
I think
she.
Tam might be
Tam
doing
has
something.
been making some comments. Tam has a good husband. She said her
Yeah,
husband,
I
they have shared
posted. I've been posting.
responsibilities in
I
the
wanted to
home.
know her
So
opinion.
Yeah, my
Tam,
thing
you
is,
got a good man, Savannah. Go ahead and hold
I'm
on to that
sorry.
man, Savannah.
I'm sorry. I
Right,
never
right.
been I never been in a household with a woman where I ain't have to do nothing.
Oh man,
Like
never.
I don't know where this shit exists. I'm sorry. I have even
Listen,
lived with a baby mom and her mom one time, and you know what I'm saying, it was their spot, even though I have my own spot. You know what I'm saying, I was over there, man. I used to have to go in that bitch. I gotta wash dishes in that bitch. It's like three women in there. I gotta wash dishes in that bitch, bro. I got a motherfucking sweep. If it rain or
Hey,
something,
everybody gotta pull their own weight. There ain't no gender roles around
yeah,
here.
so
Okay.
I don't
Everybody
understand. So
pull
I
their
don't.
weight.
This has been ever since I was born. So I don't know what men that these women speak of, where they like, oh, I took care of the baby. I have had quite a few newborn babies, and the mama didn't work, and I worked. I would come off a Navy boat to hold a newborn baby, change a shitty diaper, and I turn around, the mama taking a nap, and I knew her and the baby took a nap in the daytime too. You on your second
So
nap. Who the
I'm
fuck does that? You on your
no.
second nap of the
Look, I'm
day?
gonna ask you this question.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Who's the
sorry.
female we were just talking to? Hey, I just want to ask one question. Y'all see how
Oh,
y'all
that's
say we mad?
Tamika. You can't
We
see
not
you
mad.
can't see
Oh,
the
wait, wait, wait,
names?
wait, wait. Oh, how you doing, Tamika? You see how you say
hey Pam.
that you can get a significant, you can get a significant other as a man, right?
Oh, that's
So our
Tamika.
job to make sure. Well, I don't know who it is, but I'm just asking a question.
Okay.
But why when our kids go to y'all make like the man who y'all with, oh, he's so perfect. He just okay, we give y'all that. But then when we get our
Oh yeah, the
woman,
nigga is perfect
y'all
because he
want
ain't you.
man,
If
no,
he
no,
ain't
no,
if
no.
he ain't you, he
They don't
perfect. One thing, one
but
thing I
this
had to tell all of my brothers. I had to tell all of my brothers. Once you
no
separate
no
from
I
a
want to
woman,
ask oh no 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 no
oh
no
go
no no.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
want to ask her one question. Why when we have our daughters or anything and we got our significant other that is good to us, that know how to take our hair, braid hair, do this and do that. And the first word I say, I don't want that bitch touching. I don't want that bitch touching my
Uh-huh.
daughter hair. I don't want that
Because they
bitch doing
bitter.
this. I don't. And then we sit up here and go at our significant other, like, you know what? Nah, she don't want you to do her hair. She don't want you to do this. So what y'all doing to our household is our girls or our sons love our significant other, but we never meet your significant other. And when we meet him, he just like us. Ain't you just
Pat
call
is
him good?
Pat, you ready for my
Lord Jesus.
response? Are you ready for my response?
Oh,
Yes,
Tamika,
yes,
get it, cause
ma'am.
I was finna say something, cause
Go ahead,
but
D.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead, D.
I mean,
Pat, are you ready for my response?
that's that woman's child. I mean, at the end of the day, if she don't like certain things being done, she has a right to tell you that. Just like you have a right. I
Pat,
done
But it's
seen
there's
men
fucking up
say,
my
"Oh,
right.
household.
I don't want that nigga taking my son to get no haircut. I do that." That's how I don't want that nigga just cause he know how to cut hair. I don't want that nigga cut my son hair. Some people just have their preferences, you know.
Now, them people got issues.
I mean,
Pat,
that's
I'm ready
something
for
to
you.
y'all, but I never heard that.
Come on,
Like,
Tamika. Go ahead,
and
Tamika.
I mean, it has
okay,
been
I
done.
apologize.
It's not like it's out the way. People do that. Some men are jealous, women are jealous. They be in their feelings. Me, I don't care about stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, here, shit, it beats me going to do it. So
Right.
listen, make sure the shit look cute. I don't care. That's
Right.
just me. But it's just some people that's out there like that that really don't want their kids' hair being touched. They rather do it themselves or whatever. That's
I
just
agree.
them. People have their preferences. And it's not far
I
fetched
agree.
that a man will feel the same way either.
Yeah,
I
if you
agree.
doing it yourself, I get that. But when you know
I
you
agree.
ain't did shit to it, and then I find somebody to do it, and you got a problem with it, it's because you got an
Oh,
issue.
that's just being ignorant.
So I agree with you
If I
on
don't
that.
know how
But
to do
I
hair
agree.
right,
and somebody getting my child's hair done, I'm not finna be no bitch about it because I ain't doing it any fucking way. But I
right,
know how
Oh
to do
yeah, I
hair. I
agree.
don't want your girl in my daughter's hair. If I know how to perm, I know how to braid, I know how to do weave. I don't need her doing that. Her mama got her.
I
But if I
I
don't
I
know
agree.
how to do
totally
hair,
Okay,
agree
then
with
I
you
Okay,
on that. I
hold
totally
on.
agree with you.
Let's let Tamika respond. I think Tamika been trying
Yeah,
to.
she been
Yeah,
waiting
if y'all are
patiently.
not speak, if y'all not speaking, just mute because we're hearing a lot of background noise. If you're not
yeah.
Oh,
now
speaking, just hit mute. Thank
Go ahead.
you. So
oh, somebody muted me.
I did you,
there's
Smoke.
something called maternal instinct, right? There's something called maternal instinct. And this is where there's a difference between a grown woman and a little girl, right? And I can speak on this. I have one child, was married with my husband for 17 years, and he goes to visit his new girlfriend, and my kid calls me to say goodnight, and she's on a pallet. I'm like, what the heck is a pallet? And it's blankets and stuff on the ground. Mind you, I own two properties. Each of them have 5 bedrooms. His property had 4 bedrooms. I said, so between mom and dad, we own 14 bedrooms, but you have my child at another woman's house sleeping on the floor. I will track that iPhone and I will show the hell out. Give me my child. Don't take my child out of the safety and comfort of my home. Take her to some other woman's home and put her on the damn floor.
And
And
put
she
her
got
on the
14
floor.
bedrooms to choose from. You have lost your mind. Here's the problem. Men think with not this head, but the other one. And so
Untrue.
sometimes
Untrue.
their judgment is clouded, and so they don't necessarily see things. You know,
Absolutely.
when my child is 15 now, but I was okay with her father dating, but I want to meet. There are some women that are will smile in your face and be mean to your kids. And if y'all ever see me in handcuffs, it's about my kid,
Um,
right? Because that same face that partner that loves you in your household may present to you, my child may be coming home and saying that person is not kind to them. And we have a problem. So, again, back to my theme of communication. If you feel like you want to go get the son's haircut or the daughter hair's done, communicate. Pick up the phone and call me, send me a text, say, hey, I want to get baby girl's hair done. I want to get, you know, the little boy's hair cut while he's with me. Is that cool with you? If there's communication, but if my daughter has locks, I don't let everybody touch her locks. So if you pick up my kid and all of a sudden you have your new girlfriend playing in her locks, I'm gonna be upset. But if you communicated and asked me, all of that may have been avoided. Communicate. Because you love them and that's your new boo. Don't play with my child. That's my child. Until you know what it's like to carry another human being inside of you for 9 months, 10 months from the first day of your last cycle.
But that's not. I mean, I know that's be a good thing for women. And I. Oh shit,
What happened,
Tamika, we
Smoke?
can't hear you. Nah, is she still talking? Because Tamika, you still talking?
No, I hear you. No, no,
I don't know.
I'm
My shit
listening.
delayed because I see y'all mouths moving, but nothing coming out. But then I look and then,
Hey, you
oh, so
look good to
y'all,
me.
so y'all not talking. Okay. Well, I agree with mostly like everything that you said, and I realize that it's two people. It's two kind of parents out there, right? You have the baby dad and baby mom who see when the man won or when the man's doing good in life, it seems like the woman may be like she may want to give certain rules. You know what I'm saying? When the woman's winning, then it's like the man wants to give certain rules. I respect fatherhood. I don't think that even if a nigga is not doing nothing for the kids, I think that he should have a presence in that child's life.
And why is
But
that, Smoke? Why?
it's just fatherhood. Like I never had a stepdad, so I'm not speaking. I'm I don't know how people who have stepdads feel. You know what I'm saying? I am a stepfather, and at times it was difficult. And I realized that kids should be linked with their bloodline. You know what I'm saying? I feel like kids should be linked with their bloodline, their uncles, their aunts, their cousins, their grandmothers. I feel like that. It doesn't have to be anything monetary, but build a bond with your kid. Like people would tell you, man, I love my son. You know what I'm saying? I probably take a bullet for my son if it came down to it. You know what I'm saying? That's for all my kids. I can name quite a few people I would probably take a bullet for. I probably need to shorten the list. But that's just me. That's just me. And I feel like kids should be linked to their fathers. I feel like it has become popular to be like, oh, we don't need you. We got a stepdad. I had one of my daughters tell me that before. I'm gonna just be straight up with you. And then when the stepdad left, it was kind of like, oh well, I never really said that. But I mean, I know I'd have been on both sides of the boat. I'd have been the mute father who let things just play out, and I have been the stepfather who's receiving requests from someone who won't send a box of chips or a box of underwear. But at the end of the day, once that leeway is given for somebody to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take him to get a haircut. Thank you. But the niggas out going clothes every 2 days. Thanks for the haircut, dog. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. So it just depends. I feel like that once men or women start giving out a list of demands, I mean, you need to slide the list back. Because if we being realistic, right, for a woman, right, if the baby dad feels sour towards the woman, of course he's gonna give him a hard time. If the baby mama feels sour towards the baby dad, of course they're gonna give him a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Once anybody start making requests, then shit, we just need to make requests. All right, I got your child in this household, internet, lights, water, rent. You want to bust that down, or you just want to talk on the phone? I don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's really delicate, but I just think that when people start making requests, I don't feel like that shit is coming from a good place. Because if me and you talk, the mom and the dad, and my child is safe with you, all that who does the hair, we don't even gotta talk about that. Make sure the hair done when she come over here. Or if it's not done, I'm gonna put in a little. I've been knew how to do ponytail. I put that bitch in the ponytail holder. You can deal with it. All right. Shit, it ain't gotta be that serious.
But Smoke, can you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We
I
can hear you
just
now.
I wanna comment on what she was saying, and she said some powerful words, and I respect what she was saying. Just like you said, you own what you own. I own two homes. I gave my wife one, and I sold one. But at the end of the day, what you were saying was powerful. But you have to understand what we sleep with is what we sleep with. And when women's attack men's, we don't attack women's because they beauty or this. Like when women's get mans, they forget how to do things. Our job is to protect a woman at all costs. That means
Right.
if me, smoke, anybody, the kids, we have to put our life in danger. So what I'm saying is, I agree with you were saying, but if I tell you, I don't change my daughters. I never changed my daughters. Never saw them naked. And I got 5 girls. Never saw them naked. But when you get with a man, I don't know his intentions. I don't know because you in love with that man, but his intention will be different. When I get a girl, my intention is not. I'm protecting mine. I don't care about going out, going on trips. I don't. When my daughters come in my house and my significant other there, what you say goes. But at the end of the day, I don't know what you say's in your house. Because you just say, I don't want your girl beating my daughter. It's not happening. But then you find an abusive man and he goes around and beats you. He beat you. In my
Not over here,
household,
honey.
no, no. What I'm saying, no. So this is what I'm saying. He
Tamika
beat
say, "Oh
you.
no, that
I
So
ain't
can't even
happening
begin to
okay,
here."
okay.
relate. I was
So
like,
on I end,
not here.
I got on my end, I got smoke. We protected over here, so we don't worry about nothing. But what I'm saying is, all just aside, how can a woman get on government assistance and food stamps and got a high school diploma, got this, and then a man? I
I
can see
believe in
men.
food stamps though.
Listen
Broke.
to what, bro. You got mans out here paying $100 a month, and they can't even pay that. But you got a man that's out here pay 2,000, get the kids, take care of the kids, do this, do that,
We're
and
the
then
ones
you
that
still.
paid 2,000 at.
Oh, me.
You,
I pay
you
How
ready? You
many
2,000.
said
kids?
quit.
One?
See, hold on. See, I don't
Oh,
know, Pat, because I have 2 baby daddies myself, and I think they got off scot free because I don't have none of them on child support, and they don't
Shit.
send no
I
money
pay.
for my kids.
Listen, I
It's
take care.
solely between me and Smoke, solely.
hold on, Pat. Can I say something, Pat? And I
Yeah,
just
go
learned this.
ahead.
I just learned this. And me and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You could call me anytime and me and you gonna
Mm,
just sit on the phone and however that go. But what I learned recently, right,
yeah.
is that we have to defend ourselves in our own way. All
Yeah.
right. So what I mean when I say that, and I say this with nothing but love, I had to learn this hard truth, right? You got a woman, right?
Who?
She like, damn, okay, shit, I'm about to put
I'm
this
not
nigga on
gay.
child
I
support.
thought you. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said
Nah,
that.
I said woman, right?
Oh yeah. I'm not
Okay.
gay. So yeah.
All right, so
That.
so your baby mom, right? She put you on child support, right?
Yeah.
And she saying, oh shit, I could get this nigga for 3,000 a month. You
Shit. She
gotta
had.
think, if she can, she gonna do it. So
Yes, she did.
you as in loving yourself, you have to defend yourself. You might have to go in court and say,
But
Your Honor,
I so
I
hold
think
on.
she need a
Whoa.
hold on, let me
Wait.
finish.
Before you finish that, I taking her to court now. I paid the lawyer 5,000. Do you know what I told yesterday? Where I told my daughter's mom, I said, "What money do you want me to pay you? I don't owe these white folks. Whatever you need me to do, give me my kids every weekend. I could do everything for them, do everything. We can end this war." You know what she told me? I guess you have to see me in court. I'm like,
Oh,
you really
That's
fighting for
right. That's when I
$10?
go to court. That's when I go to court.
That
If
lets
it's
you know it
me,
ain't
it's
about the
me.
money. It's about making your life hell.
Yeah.
hell, yep.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. I've been told you to take me to court with you, Pat. I said this on more than one occasion because I stand up and tell the judge she's smoking crack and selling ass, sir. She need a drug test every time she walk in here, man. I know her
no,
personally
she's a girl.
because
Hold
you
on,
gotta protect yourself. The
Hey,
ball in her
Smoke.
court. She
Wait.
doing what's best for her.
Wait, wait, wait,
You
wait,
got
wait.
to do what's best for you.
Wait. One thing I'm gonna always say about my all my kids' mother, I won't never ever say out my mouth they're not mothers. I won't never say that because they do the jobs. I'm gonna be honest. They do the jobs I can't do. They take them to the hospital.
Amen.
They do the job. They I can't. I'm a truck driver. I'm a hustler. I can't get up and miss work and take them to the hospital.
Now I
They
feel you.
do.
But
I
they
know.
don't have, but she don't have the same reverence for you.
No.
So just
I'm
lose the battle.
only thing I'm losing. I'm trying to lose the bet. What do you want, baby? What
Either
do
we
you
gonna
want?
take the L or we gonna
I,
take the L or do
I,
whatever it takes to win.
man,
It's either or.
I'm trying to
You
take the
you
L right
hard,
now.
smoke.
Nah, shit.
And see, that's
I
why I was
mean, don't
saying
take me to
earlier
court.
in the podcast why we should really take out the time to get to know people who we dealing with before we decide to have
Right,
kids with them. Because
right.
once you have
Wait,
kids
oh,
with them, you're
whoa, 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 whoa,
fucked.
whoa, 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 wait. If you find a woman that know how to cook, clean, lay it down, cook.
And she don't steal.
Oh
Put that
my
in
God,
there. And she
nigga,
won't steal.
then you know the fucked up part about it when we
She can do all
find.
of that, but if she's not
Oh,
mentally intact, you're gonna have
oh my
problems.
God,
And you
no,
right. And you right.
we fuck up the problem
My
because
wife could have been a serial killer. She had me with the lips and the ass. So I ain't gonna lie. I skipped the whole bunch of stuff. And I was basically like, oh shit, I never even asked you that. We
That's
married
why.
and
You
it's
remember I was
questions I
saying
never
that
asked her.
earlier.
man, when
You
you run
remember
into
I was saying
these
that earlier.
women,
We don't get a
oh
chance to really get to
I
know
realized,
people on the inside
right.
and out. And
my
then
And
when
now
God,
you
you
get
gotta threaten
married,
them.
you find out who they
no,
really
you
are.
hey,
And now you gotta threaten them. Now you
hold
gotta
on,
tell her, hey, if
smoke.
you leave me,
You
they
know
won't
what?
never find you.
Hold on,
Now you gotta tell them stuff like
oh
that.
Oh, no, you
You
don't.
know what the
I ain't know
problem
you when I
is?
first met you and whatever, but now if you
It
leave,
be
I don't know where they gonna find you
nah,
at.
bruh. When you first meet them, boy, they give you the world. That shit looks so beautiful. What the shit what they do before the significant other, you like, damn, my significant other not doing this. But and then you ran into hell. You like, oh, and she'll tell you, I ain't
Hey, we
that other
know
bitch.
he.
I ain't
And
that
that's
other bitch.
exactly what I be talking about.
Oh God, you be like, God damn, this
Hey,
what
Smoke,
you
he from
do?
Miami, Smoke?
Huh?
He in Miami?
Yeah. Hey, Lamont, you know this one of our best friends, man. We met him when we met you, Pat, like 2004. It's been about 20 years,
Yeah,
right?
that's when
A little before?
that
I think
man
a little bit
started.
before,
Y'all met him
like
in
20.
Miami?
That's why he
Yeah, he
said,
from Miami.
hold on, wait.
Where you
This
from?
nigga
MLK?
don't even, it's on my stomach, always. In my case, the second and 17th, it's on my body. You ain't going nowhere. But when this nigga still owe me $400, this nigga made me pay for all the alcohol.
You
Every time
volunteered
we
to
did.
pay for all the alcohol. In the club,
Nah,
whatever
but
happens in the club, stay in the club. You can't walk
you
out the
know
club
what?
and say, you
You
owe me
gonna,
some money.
but you
Hey,
gonna
smoke.
always
Tell
be
him in the
my.
club. We all fam.
Yeah. You drunk and I drunk. So now we got to measure the bottle. Hold on, Pat. Hold on, Pat.
I
But
love
nah,
that.
nah, nah. I fuck with Pat. I might do owe him that because I might ask him to borrow money to buy the bottles. But I think he bought them and drunk them. So I think that
No,
kind of made the
God,
loan the
no.
default.
But you know
I think
what?
that made the loan the default.
How can I stay on this app? So it's like there was like a happy moment for me, and I love this app that I had decision to listen to everybody's point of view.
Hey,
Everybody
thank you,
had a
thank
good
you.
point of view. Everybody, everybody was on here. I'm not gonna disrespect the queens. Everybody had a good point of view, and I wish we could do this all the time.
Hey, we
God
do this
damn,
every week, sir.
Yeah.
man,
I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give him the links. Shit, I think we really could end on that note. I think we got like
I
a hour
love
and
it.
28 minutes of
Yeah,
running. I think we could end on that note.
I was about to
I
cut us
love
all
it.
off anyways, man. But
No,
look,
no,
man,
no,
Hey,
no,
look.
no. But I want the
hey, Pat,
women.
I appreciate that. Oh,
Hold
go
on,
ahead,
wait.
man.
I
Close us out, Pat. Close us out, man.
okay, okay. I want the. I mean, as men, we have mothers and we didn't have fathers, and we might don't know the journeys, but sometimes we have to sit down and listen to our black queens. I want you to
Right.
take the flow and let them end this for us.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right, so Tamika D, Dewana,
I
y'all
want
want
them
to
to
end
end
it?
this
Go
for me.
ahead.
End this for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. You were right though. It's just that
Come
Any,
the
on,
I
cat.
Tamika,
just
you
want to
close us
say,
out, Tamika.
Oh,
all
my bad.
right, y'all.
Let me mute my mic.
Oh my
Okay,
bad. I thought my mic was on. Oh, I'm sorry.
let
Go
them
ahead,
end
D.
this for us.
No, I think this was a good topic, I think that my takeaway is that, we just need to listen to, the men and try to get into their head, into their world so that we can better understand them. And I think that it also falls back on the men too as well, that if you communicate more with us and, talk to us and, let us into your world, then we'll be able to understand you and maybe you can understand us. It's just all about the communication.
I agree.
I
I
agree.
agree. Come on, Tamika. What you got to say? What you gonna close us out with?
I just want to
Wait,
say
Say
thank you
anything.
all to our men who often feel misunderstood. Please know that there are some women like yourself out there who feel misunderstood.
Oh, she frozen.
look like your Wi-Fi suck.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Leave her
It's
It,
alone,
buffering.
for she chew you out now.
No,
We
I
go.
before we
got it.
hold on, Lamar. Before we start nagging,
Hey, listen.
Cause
I ain't
she
got no
already got
problem
on
with
my
nagging.
ass, so I'm gonna use
What?
complain now.
well, just don't even say complain. We just freely expressing our emotions. That's it. We just
That's
expressing
true.
our
I mean,
feelings.
at
I
the end of
agree.
the day, we all human.
Yeah,
And
and
like
women are more
Smoke said,
passionate than
we all come
women.
from a different space. So, I get it. Like this is this was a good podcast because
I love it.
I wish more people were on here because you
Don't
get
worry
to
about it.
really
I can
understand
bring.
where people are
I
coming
love
from.
it. I
Right.
You
love
That's
it.
know,
true.
all of us have different upbringings. You might have a lavish upbringing with wealthy parents, and we over here, we was trying to figure out when if we were gonna get
Go
rice
eat.
and a
Right.
chicken leg the next day. So everything is different for everybody upbringings, and you tend to have different expectations on people. But as you get older, you realize that you can't because I'm in a different space. You come from a different space, but are you willing to grow together?
Right.
That's what's important. The communication is something that's just never going to you're not going to be able to do without. And I know a lot of people try to do that and it end up failing. And it's going to always fail if you don't communicate because both parties need to be in the know at all time of what's going on. You know, that's where people start to think, that hey, this relationship is failing because we don't talk much. We don't do the things that we used to do. The finances are failing, or you finding ways to go and run and hang out with your friends more often. We're not spending time together. The kids are not making it to the extracurricular activities. What's going on. And it's typically because of the communication is failing. So I'm glad we had that conversation because it's so important, and it's not just in households. It's out here in the workplaces, with your different families, with friends. If you're networking, you're trying to excel, get a new job. The communication is the main thing is important. So it doesn't just go in households. It's just every day in life.
Everyday
So
life.
yeah,
I
but
agree.
it definitely starts at home. And for those of you that actually have wives or you actually have husbands, don't go out here and try to avoid them without communicating because you're damaging your relationship or your marriage even more.
Yeah.
That's just from my experience. It's so important. Don't be trying to hide shit because some of us know we may not have a conversation with you about it since you didn't want to talk about it and you were the one that were doing it. You
Oh,
might just find your
brother, who this is in this green shirt? That's the one that the Wi-Fi not working.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's Tamika.
Oh yeah, Tamika Wi-Fi not working. Tamika,
I'm gonna be quiet, Tamika, because I know you finna do
Tamika,
your
I
thing
want to
with
hear
them.
your
Well,
voice.
yeah, well, you did good. You did
Tamika,
good. Go,
I want to hear your
Tamika, you
voice. Say,
closing us out now.
yeah, closing
Yeah,
us
Oh
you
out.
closing
no,
us out. You closing us out today.
I want to hear your
conversation
voice.
with myself, and then all everyone disappeared from the screen. But I just want to say thank you all for this conversation. Um, I think my initial hypothesis was correct that communication is the key to making sure that our men don't feel misunderstood. There are some good men out there that really um, support their children, not just financially, but being present in their lives. And so, for those of you who are, Smoke talked about moving the dresser, sweeping, helping with household chores. I know there was a young lady that commented that her husband really helps with the shared responsibilities of operating a household. So there are good men out there. Um, but yes, we've identified that there is an issue where men often feel misunderstood. And I think the conclusion is that we have to do a better job of communicating. Dantian, after a rough day at work, you have to be able to communicate with your partner. Say, babe, I'll join you just a little while. Give me some time. And then when you do join your partner, make sure that that time is significant, right? We have to talk. We have to talk about our expectations. We have to talk about our needs. And the Bible tells you have to leave and cleave, right? When you find your partner and you're truly committed to building a relationship with that partner, can't be any third wheels, can't be any best friends, can't be any mamas, aunties, cousins. You have to have those difficult conversations, right? So even when you do feel misunderstood, even when your toes get stepped on, you feel hurt and you don't feel like you can have that conversation, you have to keep trying, right? And if you're not willing to keep trying, then maybe that's not the person for you. But you should not be in a space where you don't feel safe. Your partner should be that safe space where there is nothing under the sun. I would rather my partner say to me, babe, I messed up big time. I'd rather hear it from you than be out in the streets and hear it from somebody else because, ooh, I'm coming with all the smoke if I have to hear from somebody else versus you coming to me
I'm
and
mad
saying,
now.
hey,
You better know it.
you say,
I know
man,
that's right. Don't be
I
putting
had a
our business
temporary
in the
lapse in
street.
judgment, right?
Right,
If you come
right.
and say, I had a temporary
Oh
lapse in
shit.
judgment and I don't know
We could
how I'm
talk
gonna make it
about
up
it.
to you. I don't know how I'm gonna regain your trust, but I want to talk about it. I want you to hear it from me. And I know I messed up and I take accountability for that. I respect that. Will I still be hurt or upset if it's something that upsetting? Absolutely. But I think there's room for healing versus hearing it from somebody else.
And you
Right.
don't
So I
eat,
say
and
all
you
that to
also
say,
don't lose the respect because you respect them
absolutely,
enough that they came and told you. So it keeps the
absolutely.
respect better.
Yep.
Yeah. And
That's
so
the
I just
quickest
want
way
to,
to end a relationship, having them out here looking stupid in the streets.
look into
Hmm.
baby. So
That's
I
the
just want
quickest
to
way.
Baby,
end with,
don't do it.
baby, don't do
Don't
it.
do it. Yeah, don't do
And I
that.
just want to, there's a song that
Uh,
I really love that, I just want to share the lyrics. He is my king. He is my one. Yes, he's my father. Yes, he's my son. I can talk to him because he understands everything I do and everything I am. That's my support system. I can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch. And I just want the whole world to know. So, to all my Black brothers, we love you. Use your
Yes.
words, make good
you.
decisions, and take care of your Black queens.
I
Amen.
got you.
Amen. Thank you,
Thank
Tamika.
you,
Thank you,
thank
All
you.
right,
Tamika.
y'all. I want to say one thing. You know what I'm
Yo.
You just
saying?
weren't gonna let us close out on that one, huh?
Yeah, nah.
Nah, nah, nah.
Damn.
He
Nah,
wasn't.
the gym had called me. Like people been calling me, but I do want to say, man, that we all going through stuff, man,
All of us.
and I appreciate a community like this, man. A, a community that's positive, a community that's not telling you, man, to fucking give up. And man, I'm just really grateful for it.
I'm
Amen.
grateful
Really
Facts.
grateful.
too.
Amen.
Hey,
Amen.
hey, even
Thank
though smoke
y'all.
cut off,
When can I join again? When the next one?
Next Sunday.
next Sunday I'll
Oh,
make
my
sure
bad,
smoke send
y'all.
you the link.
Definitely,
You'll
definitely.
send
We'll
me the
send it
link.
to y'all. Thank
I
y'all,
love
man. We
y'all.
appreciate everybody.
Tamika. I don't know who the other girl is. Who the other girl is? What her name is?
D.
D.
Oh,
You do,
D.
Pat. You know
I
me. I'm smoke
appreciate y'all
wife.
time. Oh,
That's smokes.
oh
Come
shit.
on, you
Why
tripping?
you out here
Oh
blowing
my
kisses
Pat,
and
you
shit?
God.
that's because my
Oh
camera not
shit.
on.
Oh my God. But I appreciate this conversation. And I was gonna be an asshole today, but I appreciate just listen to y'all opinions. And I love y'all
Just
and I
keep
see
doing
y'all.
what you're doing, man. Those kids,
Hey,
eventually they'll become adults. Just keep
hey,
doing what you're
mirror
doing. Do right by
conversation.
them.
We down. We appreciate everybody tomorrow. I mean, next week, same time. Me and
Next week,
Toby, me
same
and Smoke
time.
gonna talk about this, but it's been real. We out.
I love
All
y'all.
right,
Bye.
y'all.
All right. Be